I talk a lot about football. If you want to talk about football in English, then you're going to need to know the vocabulary I'm going to teach you in this lesson. I have to say, there is so much vocabulary that we can use to talk about football, but I've selected what I consider to be the most important so you can generally describe what has happened during a game of football. Okay, so let's have a look at these essential English football words and phrases. First of all, we call the sport football. In American English, they call it soccer, and an informal word or a shorter word which we sometimes use is footy. Footy. So when a football match starts, that is called kick-off. If you don't know what time the game starts, you would normally ask, what time's kick-off? What time's kick-off? The game is 90 minutes and it's divided into two halves. The first half is 45 minutes. Half time is the 15-minute break. Half time. Then it's the second half. Second half. In competition football, sometimes they need to play an extra 30 minutes at the end. Extra. Yes, this is called extra time. Extra time. And if there is still not a winner after extra time, the game goes to penalties. The game goes to penalties. Sometimes at the end of the first half, or the end of the second half, or the end of extra time, the referee adds a few minutes because there has been some injuries during the game. So these extra few minutes are called injury time. Injury time, or stoppage time. Stoppage time because it's time to make up for the stoppages during the game. Okay, let's talk about goals, because if your team scores one goal and the other team has 0, the score is 1-0. Yes, we use the Latin word nil instead of 0 when we're talking about football, so the score is 1-0. If then the other team scores a goal, it's 1-1, but in this situation, we say 1-all. 1-0, 1-all. 2-1, 2-all. 3-2, 3-all, etc. And we always put the highest number first. It doesn't matter if the team with the most goals is playing at home or away, we always put the highest number first. So in this situation, you would say it's 5-0 to England. So during the game, if you don't know the score, you ask the question, which is probably the most common English football phrase, what's the score? What's the score? And if you're asking that question after the game, you say either, what was the score? Who won? Or what was the result? But I think the most common expression is, what was the score? What was the score? Okay, let's talk a little bit about the game itself. So if you kick the ball to try to score a goal, you shoot. The action is to shoot. In the past, that is shot. He shot, and shot is also the noun. So you could say, wow, what a shot, if it's a really good shot. What a shot. And if the shot is successful, it's a goal. And we often use the expression, what a goal, what a goal, what a goal. So, Harry Kane plays for England, he shoots and it's a goal. The verb is he scores. He scores. He shoots and he scores. So again, if you're talking about football in English after the game, the two most common questions are, what was the score? And who scored? Who scored? Okay, so Harry Kane shoots, he doesn't score. No, instead the keeper saves it. The keeper saves it, and again, you can say, wow, what a save, if it's a really acrobatic, if it's a really excellent save. What a save. So what a shot, what a save, what a goal. You'll notice that I use the glottal stop when I'm using the word what. This is really common in British English, and I guess it's the most common way of pronouncing this when you are reacting in the moment to a live football match. Okay, a few other parts of play that we have. We have a corner, a throw-in, a throw-in. As you know, you can't use your hand in football, so if the ball touches your hand, it is handball. You will often hear a whole stadium full of people say handball if the ball touches the arm of a player. Other offences could be a foul. If you kick someone or do something that is against the laws of football, that is a foul, a foul. And if the referee blows for a foul or a handball, the other team gets a free kick. A free kick. If there is a foul inside the box, inside the 18-yard box, then it's a penalty, a penalty. And the other most common offence is offside. Offside, which is where the attacker, the striker, is between the last defender and the goalkeeper when the ball is passed to him or her. As I said earlier, the referee is the boss of the game. If a player commits a bad foul, they might receive a yellow card, or if it's a very, very bad offence, or if they receive 2 yellow cards, they get a red card. And another expression to get a red card is to get sent off. To get sent off. Nowadays, we also have to talk about technology. VAR, or VAR, is the video assistant referee, which some people love, some people hate. And so you might need the expression, Harry Kane scored, but VAR disallowed it. VAR disallowed it. And as I said, you might hear some people call VAR VAR. VAR disallowed it. I personally say VAR. And the number one expression you need to support your team, to encourage your team, and to shout at the television and shout to your team is come on, and then the name of your team or the name of your player. So, come on England, or come on Harry Kane. So I also want to teach you the names of the countries and cities that are taking part in the European Championships this year. I'm going to do that in a different video, which you can watch there. You can now talk about football in English using this football vocabulary. So I'll see you there. Come on England, and bye for now.